I told y'all Georgia was gonna win this. What is going on, sports fans? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, All American Sports Network. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. Let me get some of the stuff off of here. All right, let's see here. Get this so the stream can go very smoothly. All right. So, give me one moment. We're going to take a brief little break, and then we're going to start this show. Give me one moment. Back. How about them dogs, everybody? How about them dogs? I told y'all this was going to happen. I was very confident. It looked kind of crazy in the third quarter, but the fourth quarter, guys picked back up. And, well, you know, I'm about to break it down to you, tell you how we got here with this game. And shout out to Stetson Bennett. About to also give you a rundown where he's from. He's from the area I live at, actually. He's from Blackshear, Georgia. So I know that Blackshear is proud, stand up Blackshear, Georgia. I know y'all guys are very proud of what y'all seen. Don't you worry, I'm about to bring it to y'all like never before. I'm about to share what's been written up so far about this guy. And then we're going to talk about his performance, his stats compared to others. And, you know, that's about it. We're going to wrap it up from there. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. Now, you all guys know that Kirby Smart, or if you didn't know, that Kirby Smart started under Nick Saban as an assistant. I forgot what his position was, but he was there as assistant coach of some type with him for 11 years. And Kirby Smart has been coaching the Bulldogs for some years now. I think about maybe 4. And since he's been there, he has had one ghost that he just couldn't shake or couldn't beat, that always got in his head, and that was Nick Saban. Now, everybody knows that Nick Saban is a damn good coach. And his recruiting abilities is one of the best in the business. Now, I will always give Nick Saban his respect. I'm not really a big Alabama Roll Tide fan, but I do respect how they go after their recruits and how they win. But this year was a little different because it seemed like this year Kirby Smart was on top of the recruiting from day one, and he was going to make it his business to bring home a chip to Georgia after 40 years of a drought. So let's jump into this. In Indianapolis, to make it official, you had Stetson Bennett, the fourth cry. The Georgia quarterback Tears had plenty of company from Dog Nation, which has been running with emotions for 41 years. After all, that was the last time it was ever going to be easy. But on a bitterly cold Monday night, at least outside Lucas Oil Stadium, the wait was certainly worth it. To make it a party, Kirby Smart seemed to almost give permission to the trespassers who made it onto the field after Georgia's biggest win since the start of the Reagan administration. There's going to be some property torn up in Indianapolis tonight, Georgia 6-year coach said. The damage has already been done, and the number 3 Bulldogs 33-18 win over number 1 Alabama, that at least ended a dynasty, but certainly unleashed a celebration for the ages. The program of Herschel and Dooley is now linked historically to the legend of Stetson and Kirby, the quarterback from Blackshear, Georgia, who was a walk-on to a hero with a go-ahead 40-yard touchdown pass to Adonai Mitchell with 8 minutes and 9 seconds to play. Smart fulfilled a destiny that started with him turning down several job offers while at Alabama until his Armada call became calling in 2016. A lot of heartbreak had to be endured. Smart broke a 0-4 record against his mentor, Nick Saban. He became the second Saban assistant both this season to beat the legend. Whether that indicates any kind of weakness for Saban 70 is a discussion for another time. Now, before that discussion ever begins, I'm going to tell you right now, Nick Saban is far from slowing down. I just think that there's a time and place for everything that people finally figure it out. And I think at this point in the game, his assistants are starting to figure out the assignment. You know, sometimes it takes longer than others, but they figured out the assignment, and I think now they'll be more mentally prepared for Saban. I think they have let the aura of his greatness, you know, his resume, kind of stop them from actually performing and making their own resume. So that's one of the cool things I can say about it. You know, but getting back to it, on Monday, all it took for Georgia to lift itself out the championship dark ages was a rally for the ages. The dark ages was a rally for the ages. The Dogs trailed 18-13 with 10 minutes and 14 seconds left and proceeded to score 3 unanswered points. The last came on pick 6 by Keely Ringo, setting off a celebration all the way from Indianapolis to Athens. Dog Nation couldn't contain itself to the point several fans came out of the stands to celebrate with their beloved heroes. Trevor Halton, who claimed to be a Georgia senior from Houston, was one of them. With arms handcuffed behind his back, Newton was asked if it was worth it. 100% was worth it. He said, "Go dog." Cue the tears then, because Bennett welled up to the point that he didn't even watch the completion of the pick six. He not only just outplayed a Heisman Trophy winner in Bryce Young, he saw his dream come reality by winning the national championship. Well, with little help, Young was intercepted twice. He sacked 3 times. By the end of the game, injuries made Alabama a shadow of itself. But let's not make excuses. Georgia rolled to a school-breaking 14 wins. The only blemish coming 37 days early to Alabama in the SEC championship game. By Monday night, that result seemed like 37 years ago. The tears after the game that just hit me, said Bennett. He ended the season with 12 touchdown passes in the last 4 games. He put as much time into what he can do. Blood, sweat, tears, it just means something. Cleansed were the tortured souls of dogs everywhere who always seemed to know something was going to go wrong. Alabama has been an underdog over twice in the last 95 games. It won those games, but against Georgia by an average of 22.5 points. History said it's hard to sweep a team in rematches like these. Alabama failed. Georgia denied Saban his 7th national championship at Bama as he sought to go back-to-back for the second time. Smart got his first. How about this university? How about these guys? Smart said immediately following the game. There were people that weren't conditioned enough, and it pissed a lot of people off on our sideline. Alabama ran the Georgia defense to the field the previous meeting in the SEC championship game last month. Alabama tried to do the same Monday, running tempo and quick 3-step drops by Young. Bama played and ran 85 plays, but found less room this time. Young ended up throwing an inexperienced group of young receivers with little playmaking ability. The program of Herschel and Dooley and frustration spanning 4 decades finally got over the hump. Physically and mentally, Young was plummeled with his receiving core diminished, and the running game bottled up. He had to throw a career high 57 times. For Georgia just makes up everything. And by everything, we mean Pittsburgh, Dan Marino throwing the game-winning pass with 35 seconds left in the 1982 Sugar Bowl. We mean 1 year later in the same bowl, Penn State, Todd Blackledge throwing a fourth quarter 47-yard bomb for insurance in a 27-23 win over the Dogs. Herschel Walker left the field that night as the Heisman Trophy winner, but not with a second national title. We mean Georgia won another 2 decades from that moment without winning the SEC in 2007. Number 7, LSU leapfrog number 4, Georgia to get to the BCS championship game. Oh, and who can forget the soul-crunching loss 4 years ago in the CFP National Championship when Alabama's Tua Tagovailoa hit Devonta Smith with the game-winning touchdown pass in over. It looked like Georgia's fortunes would sink again with 12 minutes left. It was ruled Bennett had fumbled as the ball left his hands on sack by linebacker Christian Harris. Defensive back Brian Branch controlled the ball inbounds, allowing Alabama a short field to go up 18-13 after a failed 2-point conversion. It's something you can't control really, Billy running back James Cook said. We just keep chopping. The Tide did not score again as Bennett threw 2 touchdown passes, receiving game icing pick 6. After all the crying and all the trying, Georgia is the national champion. I'm so happy for Georgia people, Smart said. I told the guys in the locker room to take a picture of this. As they say, they become legendary. It's not just for me, it's for all these guys. We finally found Alabama's weakness. It doesn't have an endless supply of talent. John Minchie, the third, Young's second favorite target, was out of the game with a torn ACL. Suffered against Georgia in the SEC title game in the second quarter on Monday. All-American wide receiver Jamison Williams went down with a knee injury after catching a 40-yard pass. Did not return. The secondary was already nicked up with various ailments. The star defensive end, Philadelphia Mattis, was out late, clutching the right side of his chest. This was at least some ways supposed to be a transition year for Alabama. It lost 6 first-round draft choices from the 2020 championship team, including its 3 most potent offensive players. Instead, the real transition may come for a Georgia team that really got itself over the hump. A local Alabama website ran a story the morning the national title game alerted readers, here's where to get your Alabama CFP national championship t-shirts Monday night. So much for not providing Georgia extra motivation. Cigars were optional for players who wanted to partake, but all those years of the dog suffering went up in smoke. Georgia BullDogs championship gear release. The Dogs have won their first national championship in 41 years. You can now buy the Georgia championship shirts, hats, hoodies, and much more to celebrate the historic win. And if you want that link, I will post it in the post on it. Guys, I'm not surprised at all what happened with Georgia actually coming forth and pushing themselves to win. It's been an uphill battle for these guys. When they lost to Alabama, everybody was saying that this was going to be a repeat of what it's been in the past, that Alabama was going to win and Georgia was going to go home looking crazy. But it seemed like to me that they played with a chip on their shoulder, a chip that made everybody understand that they were not going nowhere. When I say nowhere, nowhere. They had a goal in mind, and that goal was to prove to everybody that they were going to play their hearts out as much as they could and leave it on the field. And not to mention, Georgia also had an amazing defense. What did I tell y'all? Defense wins games. Defense wins games. You don't have a defense, you're not going to win a game. I don't care how good your offense is. Your offense could be spectacular. But if you go against a team that is defensively sound, mind, and ready, and can stop you at every turn, you got to have some type of backup plan, which is a decent defense, to help you over the hump. It's just what it is. And in this case, Alabama had all that offensive talent, but they did not have the defensive talent to match. So, what do we think about next year's going to happen to Georgia? I don't really know. Hopefully, they will go back again and revisit. I think they'll probably keep some of their guys. I mean, a win like this, there'll probably going to be some guys get offered to go to the draft or, commit to the draft. But one thing I do know that Georgia do have an endless pool of talent. That is one thing they got on their side this year. And for the next couple of years, as long as everything goes smoothly and the recruiting process continues to stay at an all-time high. But again, that's if it stays at an all-time high. I mean, nothing is guaranteed. We already know this. This is just life. But hopefully, just hopefully, we can get these guys can get past it. Now, let's talk about Stetson Bennett. Now, Stetson Bennett, I'm going to try to get him on the show since he's so local. I'm going to try to see whenever they have their off season, if he comes back to visit or something. I'm going to see if I can get him to stop here at the show because I really like this guy so far. And I think it'd be cool to have him on. But we're going to go and visit Stetson Bennett and some stuff about him. So we're going to read about Stetson Bennett the fourth because a lot of people don't know about this guy. Now, Stetson Bennett Really had everybody tripping at Good Morning America because he celebrated his winning questions after having a hell of a hangover, half drunk. But hey, man, what can you expect? You one of the top quarterback of the country right now in college football. You don't need a Heisman Trophy to prove that. I mean, you are forever a hero. Yeah. You are forever a hero. So, let's go into this. Let's get into some more about Stetson. Now, Stetson do have a girlfriend. He's 23. Her name is Cameron Liz. But I don't want to talk about it. I hate when they do that. I'm trying to talk about him as a person, not a girl. So here's something about Stetson. Now, Stetson is a senior, so he'll probably wind up going pro. Okay, so let's put that in perspective now. All right, he was born in 1998, October the 28th. Now, he was born in Atlanta, Georgia, but his family packed up when he was like 5 years old, and they relocated from Atlanta to Brantley. Now, if you don't know what Brantley, Georgia is, it's in South Georgia. I'm near that area. It's next door to Wayne County, and it's also not that far off from where he played in Pierce County. Okay? It's a little run, stop, maybe 2 or 3 stoplight town. All right? A lot of country people over there. All right? That's all they do. They play football, wrestle, MMA. Okay? That's all you're going to get over there in Brantley County. And an occasional, drug stuff, but that's if you're trying not to be positive. Now, as you fast forward, when he turned 12 years old, that's when his father decided to relocate. Well, when he was in 8th grade, actually, they relocated to Blackshear, Georgia, which he calls home in Pierce County. Again, another small town where you got football, basketball, wrestling, and if you can't do any of the sports, MMA, and if you don't want to be in a fight with MMA, well, you can be a hard-working American, or you can be a criminal. I mean, that's where you're at with those choices. It's being real. Now, in high school, he threw for 3,724 yards, running for 500 or more, and scoring 40 touchdowns as a senior. Still, he was rated a 2-star quarterback in high school, going into college. Are you serious? Those kind of numbers, and you a 2-star? What in the hell is going on with these numbers? With this damn outcome? I digress. Anyway, now he went to Middle Tennessee State, and coaches thought he was too short and too small to be a quarterback, because most quarterbacks are about 6'3" average, right? 6'3". The bigger guys like, Cam is like 6'5", 6'6". This kid was 5'11" and 185 pounds. Yikes. Yeah, not a lot of weight for a quarterback. But that was all right though, because in 2017, Bennett became a walk-on at Georgia as a freshman. Now, his fellow freshman, Jake Fromm, led Georgia to the national championship game. But Bennett did not take the snap the whole season because the 5-star high school quarterback, Justin Fields, committed to Georgia in 2018, and Bennett decided to transfer to the Jones County Junior College. All right. After his transfer, Stetson played in 12 games. He threw for 16 touchdowns. He got 1,840 yards. After his long season at Jones County, he entered the transfer portal for a second time. Stetson was a 3-star prospect heading to the transfer. He was nearly about to join Louisiana. However, he ended up returning to Georgia. The Bulldogs were in need of a backup quarterback after Fields transferred to Ohio State. Georgia offered Stetson a scholarship. Stetson accepted and became Georgia's second-string quarterback. Now we're in 2019. As Jake Fromm's backup, Stetson had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception on the season. Stetson also had 1 rushing touchdown. He most notably appeared in the SEC championship game when Jake Fromm went down with an injury. Now we're in 2020, heading into his junior season. Bennett started the season as a backup to DeJuan Mathis. Mathis was named the starter after Jamie Newman, the planned starter, opted out of the season. Bennett became the starter after foreplay for Mathis. A few months later, USC transfer JT Daniels took the starting job. Dang. Bennett became into the season as a backup to JT Daniels. Remember that? He made his first appearance in the first start of the 2021 season against the UAB Blazers, with Daniels went down with an oblique injury. In that season, Stetson tied the record for most touchdowns in a game by a Georgia quarterback with 5. On January 10, 2022, Bennett led the Georgia Bulldogs in their 33-18 win against the Crimson Tide. In 2022 college football playoffs national championship, and was named the offensive player of this game. After the game, he said about the victory, I hope you give some hope. Keep your mouth shut, work hard, life is tough. So, his parents are also from Georgia. Their name is Denise, that's the mom, and his dad name is Stetson Bennett III. His parents met at the University of Georgia College of Pharmacy. Bennett is also the grandson of Bloody Bennett as well. I'll give you 1 second. Anyway, it's amazing how this guy went. He turned his whole life around from just that. He could have gave up, could have walked away, but he didn't. So, with that being said, man, I gotta get this dude props. Because I would have gave up. Anyway, y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the notification bell on top. Please like to share. Please like to share. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.